avarice is the root of all evils. You might have
Yeah.
heard that. Yes or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
In the same way, likewise, we used to always say that money is also evil. Of
Yeah.
course, like people used to say that. But trust me, if you don't have the money, the people will become evil for you. Getting me? Selfishness and understanding your own worth is very important.
Very
Filtrate
important.
everything, what you
Yeah.
want to achieve, where you want to see yourself, and
Yeah.
how you could make the things possible to be in that anticipating.
Absolutely.
Every day when I used to have my Cambly classes, I always pick up any kind of topics and I go with that topics. So if
Great.
you don't mind, can I bring the topic right now? Can I pick up the
Of
topic?
course. Of course. Yeah.
It's a very fantastic topic. You'll love it. So the
Okay.
topic is it evil or good to be greedy? When I say
Okay.
greedy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
When I say
Yeah.
greedy, I mean, especially I'm a teenager, like I am in my juvenile phase. So,
Yeah.
I need a lot of things. So whenever I sit and used to, ponder or contemplate about my life, I think, I should be having these kind of things, that kind of things, a lot of a massive success, or I should be a filthy rich person. So
Okay. Yeah.
and definitely I try to just scrutinize that somehow I am a very greedy person, like a kind of
Okay.
selfish, you could say.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be selfish. I'm not having any negative thought about that. So how do you define the term greed, or the the
Yes.
greedy persons?
Yeah. So for me,
I
I
hope I
think
made
there's,
it clear.
yeah.
I made it clear.
Say that again, Vikash.
I hope I made the question clear.
You
I made
absolutely did. You absolutely did. For me personally, I think there's a difference between being greedy and selfish in for your own development, career, whatever that is. I think greed is kind of the ultimate selfishness where you don't consider anybody else. You just do what you want to do for yourself and you take it without consideration of anybody else's feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, you don't always need those things. You might want them, but you don't always need it. Yeah. I think with selfishness, it's not always a bad thing because I think sometimes we have to be selfish in order to look after ourselves and to move forward. I think as long as we consider other people when we're doing it and try to do it in the best way possible, then I think there are also advantages to being a little bit selfish. That's what I would say. I don't know if I've answered your question.
No, actually, I got it. I got it. What do you want to say? You have
Okay.
just differentiated, the selfish term with the greedy. And of course, like, being selfish is not bad until unless you do not harm anyone. That's what you want to say.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
greedy is all about, thinking about yourself, always putting yourself first other than someone. I mean, it's not always
Exactly.
good. More than often not, I mean, it's a kind of negative trait. That's what I
It
can
is
say.
a negative word. Yeah, it is.
Yes or no?
It's considered a negative word, isn't it?
Of course.
For most people. For most people. Do you think it's a negative word, though, Vikash? Do
Oh
you
well,
think?
for me, it's not actually. It's really
Okay,
not
that's
because the
great.
way the
Why do
way
you say that?
the way I the way I observe the word, how it is changing, and how the rich peoples are behaving, or with the poor people, how everyone
Yeah.
is seeking attention, validation, need money, possessions, and being so selfish. So I
Yeah.
believe in this word, you
Yeah.
have to be selfish, you have to be greedy. It is
Yeah.
always said, there is a kind of one idiom like avarice is the root of all evils. You might have
Yeah.
heard that. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
In the same way, likewise, we used to always say that money is also evil. Of
Yeah.
course, like people used to say that. But trust me, if you don't have the money, the people will become evil for you. Getting me?
It's true.
So,
Yeah.
in the same context, I need to focus here, I mean, greedy, of course, like being greedy is definitely a kind of negative thing. But I believe if you want to do something gigantic, if you want to reach to some, higher places in your life,
Yeah.
you have to be greedy,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't you
Yeah.
can't give the time to every person. You just have to think about yourself, and it's fine until and unless you do not put down or let down anyone, I believe.
Yes, as long as it's not at the harm of other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just that you need to channelize, you need to you just
You
have
need to
to, I mean,
channel.
your
Yeah.
greediness should be channelized where you're putting the efforts.
It should be
So it should be
channeled.
about the
Yeah.
right direction.
Yeah, should be channeled, not channelized. Yeah,
Yes
perfect.
or no?
Yeah, I do. I think that we live now in a society that's based around individualism. You know, we've gone from being kind of community orientated and
Yeah,
um,
exactly. If
to
you're hungry, no one is
individual.
gonna ask you what you have
Yeah,
ate or what you want to eat, other
yeah,
than your
yeah,
parents. So
yeah,
why
yeah,
to
yeah,
feel pity for everyone, Just
yeah,
first of all, you have to take care of yourself until unless you do not have the money, you cannot
yeah,
give or distribute anyone. I mean, you cannot
yeah,
lend the money to someone who
yeah,
is a
yeah,
needy
yeah,
person. So
yeah,
you have to be careful about the things, and I believe, like, especially when you are teenager, when you are like something in your 20s, you have to
mm-hmm,
be greedy, you have to be selfish. And
mm-hmm,
i i,
mm-hmm,
I have
mm-hmm.
always observed one more thing, whenever I encounter the greedy person, I
Yeah,
feel more exhilarated, because they actually, respect their time, their
yeah,
values, their
yeah,
words, they have their
yeah,
own things. And it somehow, it just influences me, it just
yeah, yeah,
it just tells me that how can I upgrade myself,
yeah.
to
How can you
match
do
their
it?
level.
Yeah,
So that's what I can say, the people who are enjoying, the lavish life, or they're luxurious, I mean, they're enjoying luxurious life, so they are
yeah,
selfish somehow or the other way,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, for
it's
sure.
definitely good to be selfish, and it's definitely good to be greedy, if you are
Yeah,
in the position, like, especially in this juvenile one.
yeah, definitely in this idea of individualism, isn't it? Where it is about what you can do to, because I think in the
Anyways,
past, yeah,
I'm so sorry to,
that's
butt in
okay.
right now, but you can take any examples. All entrepreneurs are, kind of greedy. Trust me, of course,
Yeah,
they need money actually,
yeah,
it's just that they know very well that they have to provide the services, a very
yeah,
quality services, and accordingly they are going to get the money. But they
yeah,
are selfish, all politicians are selfish,
yes,
all
that's
kind
true.
of people who are acquiring positions, and people who are rich, they are selfish,
Hmm.
and it's
Hmm.
okay. We can have a lot of examples, I mean, the Steve Jobs, they have created
Yeah,
their own ecosystem and selling the products, I mean, more than
yeah,
the twice of any other companies, and
hmm,
trust me, I mean, it's worth it because they have designed the things. So what I'm saying is that, all in all, selfishness and, understanding your own worth is very important.
very
Filtrate
important.
everything, what you
Yeah,
want to achieve, where you want to see yourself, and
yeah,
how you are going to make yourself possible. I
yeah.
mean, you could make the things possible to be in that anticipating.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I do agree. I think that there has to be a certain level of selfishness in all of us these days to move forward.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
exactly.
it's very difficult to survive in today's world, I think, without that. Yeah,
Definitely. And
I do agree.
actually, in this today's world, when after the COVID-19, I mean, you have to be selfish because the world is changing drastically. Like everything is changing. So somehow, you don't have the time to make the mistakes. You don't have the time to encounter every people. You don't have
Yeah,
the time to waste your time with anyone.
yeah, it's
So
true. It's true.
so I mean, always rectifying the mistakes and always learning, how you can be better, from the previous day, and how you
Mhm.
can upgrade your skills. It's not
Yeah,
about, English. It's not about anything. Where are you? Where anywhere you might be, but somehow you have to learn something, and you have to do something for the society. It's okay if you want to do, but first of all, you have to pay yourself first. That's a work rule. You have to pay yourself first.
absolutely. Excuse me, Vikash. I've actually got cold, so I'm so sorry about how I'm coughing a little bit today.
Come on, you do not need to apologize for that. I understand, it's very,
Thank
very
you.
freezy.
But no, I completely agree with you. And also, there's a really common way of saying, like a saying, if you don't care for yourself and you don't love yourself and you don't want to be selfish, you're never going to be able to really, truly care and honor anybody else, because you've got to feel that way about yourself and want to push yourself and have those achievements in your own life to be able to really truly appreciate connections and relationships with other people as well. So, and I do believe in that. I do believe in that. I think that's so true. That's what, yeah. So I completely agree with what
Okay,
with
that,
that.
yeah, exactly, definitely. I completely, I mean, I have no points to refute on this. I mean, even
Yeah.
I do and observe kind of things,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
trust me, it's not something that I feel that I should be greedy, but it
Yeah.
is the, the peoples are reacting me, the peoples are behaving like that. You should be
Hmm.
greedy person,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
one more question, Miss.
yeah.
Um, do you feel that you are greedy for the things that you want in your life? I mean, how do you define yourself? Sometimes can you
Yeah.
be greedy?
So I'm trying to be more because my natural instinct is to do everything else but not for myself. And I'm trying, I would say in the last 2 years, I've really tried to work on that and become more selfish. And to be
Oh,
honest with you, I have started to become better at it and also had more achievement in things because of that. So in terms of job, relationships, all sorts of things. So I would say naturally, no, I'm not, but I'm trying to be more like that. That's what I'm trying to
uh-huh, uh-huh.
do. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Somehow I can relate with my life because when I started being selfish, or
Yeah.
being greedy, I have
Yeah.
seen one thing, like, the number of friends get reduced in my friend zone.
Yes.
Or maybe, I had a very clear words with my friends. It's not something
Yeah.
like, something there is a bondship, that I have to follow their own rules, or, if they ask me my time, I have to be choosy, I
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
clearly. And they
Yeah.
never take into otherwise because they know I am greedy and I am a selfish. And it's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. so
Yeah,
so
and people have to accept it.
yeah,
Vikash, it was
exactly.
lovely to meet you today and fantastic discussion topic. So thank you for bringing that to class today. Um,
I hope you enjoyed it because
I really did
I
actually. I
always
really
try
did.
to put the points which are exactly
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
world as of now, and always brings and pick up a different kind of topics. And thank you
Yeah.
so much
No,
for
thank you as
presenting your
well.
thoughts. I love the way you have said, the way you have presented yourself.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Vikash. And thank you so much for bringing a really interesting topic and hopefully
I
see you
appreciate that.
soon.
I
Hopefully
appreciate
see
it.
you
Thank
soon.
you. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
See you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Bye bye.